Well, good morning to Monday Meditation. And we take this time to set our feet firmly, to look ahead to the week, to say, how do we want to go forward with Christ, with the colonial community, and with the world at large. So, welcome. And the topic that I was asked to talk on is gathered around the Word in community, and how has the Scripture shaped my life. So I'll touch on both of those, and I'll first talk about my story around the Bible, how I got to know the Bible. And I had the benefit of being in a healthy family that approached church and the Bible in a healthy way, and I know others have had negative experiences around that, but I had the privilege of having the Bible be very, very positive. And by the time I was 7 years old, I was doing my Sunday school Bible lesson every night, right along with my homework and brushing my teeth and going to bed. And then got involved in high school and everything from Bible quiz teams to Bible memory teams. And the Bible was a very fun part of my life. I fell in love with the Bible during a year that I spent at a very small Bible institute in Chicago. And the professor of an Old Testament survey presented it in a way that the Bible became alive. That year, I longed for that class 3 times a week. I sat on the edge of my seat. I would go home from class and read chapter after chapter after chapter of the Bible, because it became a whole book to me. It became God's love story to me, and I just couldn't get enough of it. And I'm glad to say that as I've continued to read it, it's continued to be God's love story to me. And I have a practice of Bible time each day, and I long for it, and I look forward to seeing how is God's love to me expressed. Not always to say that what I read, I think, oh my goodness, this is so amazing. Sometimes I think, oh my goodness, this is so confusing. How does this fit in? I want to say how important I think reading the Bible, learning of the Bible is for me in community. And I want to read a section that Henry Nouwen, a Catholic theologian and priest, wrote, because it captures how I feel about listening to other people share their stories of the Bible. Nothing is sweet or easy about community. Community is a fellowship of people who do not hide their joys and sorrows, but make them visible to each other in a gesture of hope. In community, we say, life is full of gains and losses, joys and sorrows, ups and downs. But we don't have to live it alone. We want to drink our cup together and thus celebrate the truth that the wounds of our individual lives, which seem very intolerable when lived alone, become sources of healing when we live them as part of a fellowship of mutual care. Community is like a large mosaic. Each little piece seems so insignificant. One piece is bright red, another cold blue or dull green, another warm purple, another sharp yellow, another gold. Some look precious, others ordinary. Some look valuable, some don't even look worthless. Some look gaudy, others delicate. As individual stones, we can do little with them except compare them, judge their value. When, however, all these little stones are brought together in one big mosaic portraying the face of Christ, who would ever question the importance of any one of them? If one of them, even the least spectacular one, is missing, the face is incomplete. Together in the one mosaic, each little stone is indispensable and makes a unique contribution to the glory of God. That's community, a fellowship of little people who together make God visible to the world. And how I have learned of the Bible really is through others and through community. Yes, I do study it. I study it myself. But I am so limited in myself that I so deeply value hearing others' perspectives on it. And I'll share this as my understanding of the Bible in community. It's in community that the treasures of the Bible are opened up and revealed. Studying the Bible itself and the Christian life becomes richer and richer in community. I'm very limited in my own mind, my own experiences, my own life. So I find it fascinating and deeply enriching to hear how God is speaking and working in the lives of others. Bible studies, book studies, growth groups, prayer groups, big groups, little groups. I always try to go in with a prayerful attitude. What does God have to say to me here? When we hear God through one another, we can see God through one another. We can get really mixed up on our own. We can misinterpret things. We can misunderstand things. We need others' thoughts, their insights, their interpretations. We all get to hear God, and it's good to share it together. A question that I heard long ago, and I keep it in mind, is, God is speaking. Are you listening? I'd like to invite us all to individually and corporately read the Word and listen to God in community. Have a good week. Bye-bye.